I'm so sorry we're starting so late tonight. Unfortunately, our Ganga Aarti started really late, and so everything got pushed back really late. But one of the beautiful core, deep spiritual teachings always is the present moment is the perfect moment. And so wherever you are at that moment, how to make that moment the most perfect moment. So deep apologies for how late we are, but thankful to the universe for the opportunity to make each moment a perfect moment. Starting as usual with a question that came in advance, and then we'll open it up to any questions that anyone here has. What does it mean to spiritualize activities? To spiritualize our activities means that whatever we are doing, we are doing it with the awareness that it's not separate from our spiritual path, that it is our spiritual path. Our actions, our movements in the world, a lot of us think yoga is that which we do on a mat. Meditation is that which I do on a cushion. But when we talk about bringing spirituality into our life, into our activities, it means recognizing that the teachings of our spiritual life, the awareness that we get in our meditation, in our yoga, stays with us. So, for example, when we meditate, one of the most powerful experiences in meditation is this experience of losing where you end and the rest of the world begins. A lot of people experience it just on a physical level, like losing where their leg ends and the cushion begins. A fan is blowing, losing where the physical body on one side ends, where it begins on the other side. And just a very physical experience a lot of people have when they start meditating, of realizing that the borders and the boundaries of the physical body are a lot more fluid, a lot less solid than we may have thought they were. Well, when I stand up for my meditation, I carry that experience with me into the world. There is really no place I end and you begin. As long as I think I'm just a physical body, then yeah, I'm over here, I end, there's all this empty space, you're over there. But spiritually, in my meditation, in my yoga, I have that opportunity to lose where my body ends. Because the truth is, on an energetic level, we're energy and we're space. So this idea that actually I'm solid in and of itself is untruth. In and of itself is ignorance. And so, as I experience in my meditation this dissolving, as so many of us do, of the physical body, well, then when I stand up from my meditation, as I move through the world, I realize I'm not a solid thing over here interacting with other solid things over there that are separate from this solid thing. But actually, the spirit that runs through me, whether we call it soul, spirit, energy, love, truth, divinity, that which runs through me runs through all. And so my activities become spiritualized when I carry that awareness into them. So for example, I'm in a shopping center to buy something. The guy tells me it costs 100 rupees. I start bargaining with him. Now he's some poor artisan or some poor farmer. He's grown his fruits and vegetables or made whatever he's selling with his hands. But there I am arguing with this guy. I'll give you 90 rupees. And I'm going back and forth arguing with this guy as though somehow he's the enemy over there. I win if I get what I want for less than the price he's asked. Well, all that's done is it's created this separation of I'm an object over here, he's an object over there. My success is holding on to the object of the money in my pocket. My failure is if the money in my pocket ends up in his pocket. So it's an interaction rooted in ignorance or in just a material perspective. The spiritual perspective says, I'm full. I'm infinite. I'm one with that which is infinite. I'm one with this guy. Who is there to steal from? Who is there to bargain with? It's all energy. So whatever you're doing in the world, when we do it from the spiritual perspective, we do it from that place of oneness. We do it from a place of spiritual tenets. The study of yoga gives us yam and niyam. How do we live? Non-violently, truthfully, without stealing or hoarding, having integrity in all of our relations, right? Well, if I'm turning my action into yoga or spirituality, turning my karma into yoga, karma yoga, then I'm going to do it in alignment with these precepts. The material perspective says it's all about grabbing, getting, hoarding, having. The spiritual perspective says, I'm spirit. I'm already full and infinite. There's no place I begin and the rest of the world ends. There's no place I end and the world begins. And ultimately, that's the point. I mean, that ultimately is why we meditate, why we do yoga, is to have experiences and awarenesses that change our life. It's not just like we do it to enjoy what we're doing as we do it. We do it to transform us. So that when we stand up, we are different. Means, of course, our interactions are different, our activities are different. How we do them and what we do is different. So that's what it means. Just as you're moving through the world, you're eating, you're shopping, you're driving, you're walking, you're having a conversation. Are you doing it from object over here with object over there? Or are you doing it as spirit and love and divinity with spirit, love, divinity? And then it makes us have this beautiful opportunity to have whatever we do be part of our spiritual practice. So then it's not like, oh God, today I only had 10 minutes to meditate because I had to get somewhere or do something. Then it's like, okay, so today my meditation was 10 minutes on the mat and 13 and a half hours off the mat. And then another half hour back on the mat. But all of those hours in between the time on the cushion are also my meditation. They're just the eyes open, standing up, moving through the world meditation. And it makes life much more beautiful. Because otherwise we're constantly feeling like we're torn between our spiritual life and our other life. So we've got these boxes. But we're not. We're spiritual beings having this human experience. But we're spiritual beings whatever we're doing. So it's a beautiful practice to undertake as you go through your day. How can I make this spiritual? Like how can I have a shower spiritually? How can I drive to work spiritually? How can I eat spiritually? And there's always a way. Easy ways are, number one, bring gratitude in. The more gratitude you can bring to whatever you do, the easier and faster you are connected spiritually. Number two, bring in awareness. The more aware you are, deeply conscious you are, as you're bathing, is your mind wandering? Or are you fully conscious in the moment? Allow yourself, whatever you're doing, do it with gratitude, do it with consciousness, do it with the awareness that you are one. You're one with the water flowing over the body. Right? I mean, our body is made of water. Now there's water flowing through my body, water flowing over my body. Can you just have an experience of that interconnection between the water flowing over, the water flowing through, the water from the source, which ultimately is us? So whatever you do, you can do it spiritually. And of course, then you take shorter showers, because we realize we have to save and protect our water for our family suffering without water. So just give it a try. It's a really fun and engaging challenge to make whatever you do a spiritual practice. Does anyone here have a question? Yes, and then here.
Yeah. Namaste, Sadhviji.
Namaste.
So, I have a question. I'm a software developer by profession, and when I was in college, I was very interested. I wanted to start the career, and I was very interested in making my own app and like this. Now I'm whatever I want, I'm right now, but I'm not feeling the way I wanted that time. So it has changed. now I'm waiting for weekends to live my life. Like in Sunday also, it's like, okay, tomorrow is the Monday, so I started feeling very different. And now this is the relaxed time. So I'm feeling relaxed, but thinking about, look, okay, I have to go back and start the same loop life again, and Monday to Friday. So that it's what not I'm thinking 5 years back, the same life, and I don't want it to be a one that my manager is living my life, like his life. So I'm very much, in a dilemma,
Yes.
whether I wanted this life, I wanted this career. Like I like dancing, like swimming, but not as a career. That relaxed me, but career-wise, I like my job, but not the way I'm living right now. So I have like so much confusion. So can you help me
Okay.
out on this?
Sure.
Thank you.
So first of all, you have highlighted one of the truest aspects and dilemmas of human life. It's what we call desires. So 5 years ago, you had a desire. I will be a software engineer. And the desire breeds all kinds of stories and drama with it. We create in our mind this whole fantasy. When I become a software engineer, my life will be like this. I'll have this much money. I'll go here. I'll go there. I'll spend my weekends doing this. I'll have that. Then I will feel very happy. With the money I make, I'll buy this. Then I'll feel happy. From buying things, I'll feel happy. From using the money to go places, I'll feel happy. Now you have it, and you're waiting for weekends. This is the story of desires. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a software engineer. It's wonderful. As far as jobs go, you get to use your brain, you get to use your creativity. They're very high in demand, so presumably you're making a good living. You know it's not going to go out of style anytime soon. The world is always going to need software engineers. And yet, it didn't give you that happiness that you thought it would. And I pray that you take this as a lesson for your life. Because naturally now you may be having other desires. When I get that promotion or that raise, or when I get to go on vacation here, or maybe when I get that different job, you start having other desires. What I hope you learn at this beautifully young age is desires, when they are fulfilled, do not actually bring us the joy and the peace that we thought they would. Desires breed desires. It's the nature of desires. I want a car, I get a car. Then I want a different car, a better car. Then I get that better car. Then I want a better car. Pujya Swamiji tells a beautiful story that I love of, this is going back probably 50 years. They went to Kashmir. He and his guru and a whole bunch of devotees. And they had gone for a week. But they ended up staying a month because it was so beautiful. And they had one boatman who would take them out onto the beautiful lake of the Srinagar area of Kashmir called Dal Lake. And they would go out and they would spend every day on the boat singing and meditating and chanting, and it was just heaven. So they decided to keep staying. Not just a week, they stayed a whole month. And at the end of the month, when the devotees went to pay this boatman, who had taken them out in the lake every day. The boatman said, I want just one blessing. I want a meeting with Swamiji. You have to arrange for me to have a private meeting for a private blessing with Swamiji. And so when Swamiji met the boatman said, you have to give me a special blessing. Swamiji said, okay, what is it? And he said, I want to go to Mumbai. Those days it was Bombay. I want to go to Bombay. Now, all of these devotees who had come from Bombay, from Delhi, from Calcutta, from all of the big cities, had turned a 1-week holiday into a month on this beautiful, heavenly paradise lake. They're dreaming of vacations in Dal Lake in Kashmir. But the guy who lives all day, every day in the lake is dreaming of Bombay. This is the nature of the mind. You live in Bombay, you want to be in Dal Lake. You live in Dal Lake, you want to be in Bombay. It's the nature of desires. And no matter what we get, desires keep breeding desires. Because they are rooted upon a fundamental lie. And the fundamental lie is that your joy, your bliss, your peace is going to come from something outside of you. From something you're going to buy, something you're going to earn, something you're going to achieve. It's going to come from outside of you. And when we've based our life on this fundamental untruth, well, then nothing blossoms. Yeah, you get the job, you get the car, you go. But I'm looking in those things for my happiness. And it's not there. And so the only solution to this is to recognize, yes, I will have a job. I will do my best to be an instrument of the divine. Through my talent, through my skills to serve. But I'm not going to look in that job or in the money I get or in the power I get for actually what I want. It's not going to give me that peace, that deep joy, that deep meaning. Because that can only come from in me. It's not going to come from what I buy, or how much I make, or what I look like, or where I vacation. So actually consider yourself very blessed to have learned such a deep lesson at such a young age. Now, no problem to wait for Friday night. And here we are, Friday night. Wonderful. So there's no problem with waiting for the weekend. But recognize that during the day in your job, you have the opportunity, what we were just speaking about in the first question, to live each moment as part of your spiritual practice. So your job isn't just your job. Yeah, you're doing software engineering, great. That's just the madhyam, the medium through which you get to bring spirituality into every moment. So how can you, in every conversation, in every bit of work, in every interaction, how can you be anchored, grounded in your internal awareness? Instead of losing yourself in the doing, stay anchored and grounded in the witness, that sakshi consciousness that we talk about, that witness consciousness. Most of us in the job lose ourselves. Oh my God, this, oh my God, that. Oh my God, chaos, oh my God, crisis. Right? Probably the most commonly used phrase in the workplace is, oh my God. Right? We're always stressed about something. Well, instead of losing yourself in that, can you stay anchored in awareness? Can you be the one watching yourself do the job? Can you be the one watching you get eager, excited, anxious, attached? Watch that. Instead of losing yourself in it, watch it. And then take it even a step deeper. Can you anchor yourself in the one who is aware that you are aware? So you're not just the awareness, now you are the one who is aware that you are aware. The one saying, now we should have Sakshi. The one knowing that now you are aware. Can you anchor in that? And then every moment becomes an opportunity to go deeper on your spiritual practice. Use your coffee and tea breaks very wisely instead of using them to scroll, Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever you scroll. Instead of that, use them for a few minutes of meditation. An anchor. And no problem. Fridays are wonderful. Saturdays are wonderful. Sundays become the problem. Do not let yourself lose Sunday because you're worried about Monday coming. Because then that just becomes the model for how you live the rest of your life. I'm anxious now about what's going to happen tomorrow. Maybe Monday will never come. Who knows? Right? I mean, the world could end on Sunday. Or Hanumanji could come and take the sun and, hold it for God knows how long. Right? We could be in Sunday until Hanumanji decides, okay, it's going to be Monday. But why lose the present moment in anticipation of the future? And this is what being aware allows you to do. Is when I'm aware, I'm here in the moment, in the breath, in the perfection of the breath. I'm not in tomorrow. The moment that you're not here, but you are in what you're going to have for dinner, what you've got to do before you go to sleep, what tomorrow is going to be like, you've lost the moment. And the moment is your only possibility, your only chance of waking up, of tapping into that source of real joy in you. So don't lose the moment. Love Friday nights, no problem. But love Sunday nights also. And love Monday nights also. Thursday nights, right? Love every minute. It offers you something different. Yeah. Had you raised your hand? Yeah, for here. Oh, when she was raising her hand, there was... No problem. No problem. Yes, there.
Sadhviji, good evening. It's so good to see you again every time I come, and I'm so gratified seeing you. Today, I just want to ask you regarding the meditation, like you were talking about awareness and Sakshi and Drashta, that I've been practicing it a lot while in my hospital and all these activities. I just wanted to ask you one thing is that while we do it in the nights, like before sleeping, if I practice awareness, I have a lot of difficulty sleeping. maybe because the energies are very high. So shall we do this practice of awareness in the night while sitting and watching our thoughts? Because I have seen that the energy levels are very high and it becomes very difficult for me to sleep at times. If I do right before the sleep.
So in that case, we talk about morning and evening as beautiful times to meditate. The evening time, the before bedtime, is much more a time of convenience. When you look actually at sort of our circadian rhythm or the times of the day, very early morning and sunset are actually the two most powerful times a day for that. The nighttime before sleep is something that we bring in because it's a beautiful way to re-ground ourselves. Otherwise, we're caught up in thoughts and anxiety and desires and expectations and stories and drama. And then it becomes very difficult to sleep. And then when we go to sleep, we're dreaming all about the nonsense dramas of the day. But if we meditate before sleep, then it pulls us back into that truth of who we are. Not the drama, not the story. And so it makes that sleep more of an opportunity for both deep rest and also a beautiful mental state rather than troubled dreams about the things of my day. But if you find that it keeps you from sleeping, then no problem. There's no rule that you have to meditate before sleep. But I would say do something that just enables you to re-ground, re-anchor. And in that case, then I would suggest bringing your meditative practice into the sunset time. It's nice to have it twice a day. And so if before bed doesn't work so well, see whether right around sunset time you can pull some time and meditate. See whether that changes it for you. Beautiful. Have a beautiful rest of your evening. A beautiful morning and day to our family joining us online. So much love to all of you, and I look forward to being together again tomorrow.